They say the greatest danger is the evil man, the tyrant, the villain, the one who plots destruction in the dark. But they are wrong. There is a force far more insidious, a poison that looks like virtue, a darkness that wears the mask of light. Dietrich Bonhoeffer saw it. In the heart of an empire's madness, he saw the true enemy. It was not malice, it was stupidity. We are taught to recognize the monster, the tyrant with the iron fist, the villain who declares his malice to the world. We build our defenses against the obvious evil, the declared enemy. But this is a child's story, a comforting fable that distracts us from the real threat. Because the greatest danger does not announce itself. It does not carry a banner or declare its name. It arrives as a friend, a comfort, a relief. It is a poison that tastes like medicine, a darkness that wears the mask of unwavering light. Dietrich Bonhoeffer saw it. Amidst the marching boots and the roaring crowds of a collapsing world, he looked past the obvious villains and saw the true engine of destruction. It was not malice that sealed the fate of millions. It was stupidity. You must recalibrate your understanding of that word. Erase the image of the simple fool. This has nothing to do with intellect, with IQ, with education. This stupidity is a sickness of the will, a closing of the soul. It is a conscious choice, made in a moment of fear, to surrender the burden of thought. It is the exhaustion that says, I will believe so that I no longer have to know. You see its shadow in the brightest of minds, the brilliant doctor, the celebrated artist, the respected leader. You see it when they abandon the nuance of their own craft for the brutal simplicity of a slogan, when they trade the richness of reality for a map drawn by someone else. They have become echoes in a cathedral of noise, polished cogs in a machine they refuse to inspect. This is functional stupidity, and it is the true plague of our time.
Why is this shadow more dangerous than the sharp edge of evil? Consider the nature of the malevolent man. He knows his own corruption. A part of his soul is at war with itself. He lies to others, but he cannot escape the truth of his own heart. He has a weakness. He can be understood. But the functionally stupid man is at peace. His inner world is a fortress of certainty. He has outsourced his conscience and feels a profound sense of relief. He acts with the terrifying, unblinking conviction of the self-deceived. He is a weapon that has forgotten it is a weapon, believing itself to be a tool of salvation. You cannot reason with him because reason is the very thing he has sacrificed. It is the God he has slain upon the altar of belonging. To present him with facts is to insult his faith. To question him is to declare war on his entire world. He is no longer a person. He is an avatar, an instrument.
Now, look around you. Look at the world you inhabit. Does it feel like a library designed to expand your mind? Or a labyrinth designed to contain it? The endless scroll. A digital puppeteer that learns your anger, your fear, your vanity, and feeds it back to you. The 24-hour news cycle that flattens catastrophe into entertainment. The political stage that rewards the simplest, most brutal answers to the most complex, delicate questions. These are not accidents. They are the architectures of chosen ignorance. A global infrastructure designed to create stress, to overwhelm the senses, to exhaust the critical mind until it begs for relief. And in that exhaustion, it seeks the sweet, hollow liberation of not having to think at all.
So how do you fight an enemy that has no shape? An enemy that wears the face of your neighbor, your friend. An enemy that whispers to you in your own moments of fatigue, offering the simple comfort of certainty. You do not fight it with more information. You do not fight it with cleverness. You fight it with a quiet, rebellious courage. The courage to be uncertain in a world that demands allegiance. The courage to stand alone in your own mind while the crowd roars. The courage to utter the three most powerful, most human words. I don't know. This is the path of the intellectual warrior, to willingly step into the storm of complexity, to find beauty in the question, not just the answer. You must become a dissident of dogma, a sentinel of doubt. You must build a discipline of seeking the ideas that test you, the facts that break your narrative, the voices that challenge your tribe. This is not a pleasant path. It is a lonely one. It is the price of your humanity, a price paid in daily installments of vigilance and humility.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer faced the ultimate consequence of this path. He understood that to surrender the mind is the first step to surrendering everything else. It is the original sin from which all other tyrannies are born. The final terrible irony is that this surrender feels like power. It feels like clarity. It feels like freedom, but it is the freedom of the stone in the avalanche. Powerless, directionless, a part of a destruction it cannot comprehend. It is the freedom of the puppet, just before the master pulls the strings. Your choice right now in this moment is not between left and right or one belief and another. It is far more fundamental. It is between the difficult, sacred work of thinking and the easy, hollow comfort of belief. That is the only war, the only frontier, the only thing worth defending. Stand fast.